Hey guys, we're going to be looking at another one of Bandai's Love Live Figurerise bus kits this week with Dia Kurosawa. Let's open it on up and take a look. So much like the other one we looked at, the eyes for this kit come pre-done, pre-molded, and everything. They do a pretty decent job, as obviously having the clear parts do give it a little more depth, but again, masking these off while you're painting will be a little bit of a challenge, so that is something to be aware of. Moving on, Nick Sprue gives us one of the bows as well as her tongue and the face part. Again, a lot of the stuff's been pre-molded, including the earrings, which interesting to note, and I don't know if this will show up really on camera. It does include the little backings for it, so that is a nice, small little attention to detail that they did there. Again, with the pre-molding, it does mean you're going to lose a lot of that if you do paint it. So again, it's one of those good things, bad things. Obviously, if you're just going to do it as a straight build, not going to paint, makes it easier for you. But in all honesty, a good coat of paint will go a long ways for these type of kits. Continuing on, Nick Sprue gives us the entire torso, which again is unpainted. So you will have to go in and do details or use the stickers, which we'll look at a little bit. Top of the skirt, as well as some of the other odd and end parts, tie, bow, flower, as well as one of the hair parts. Now, one thing I immediately noticed is this really nasty mold line right here on the top. So that will need to be cleaned up, regardless whether you go paint or non-paint as this is really bad. I'm not sure how well this is showing up on camera. Hopefully it is. But yeah, it's a really nasty mold line, so that is to be aware of. Continuing, more hair parts, including the central sort of hairpiece, which I do think is smart, as it allows you to sort of focus everything into one location without too much difficulty, as well as this second side hair part. Though two issues, again, another nasty mold line, and obviously the fact that you can have a very bad seam line down the middle of the hair that will need to be cleaned up. Front hair pieces as well are included on this sprue, and two more of the torso parts. Overall, not a lot to say there, other than you all are going to have to go in and do some detail work. Next up, we've got all of our skin pieces. Fortunately, this little part, I guess, broke in transit, including neck, arms, shoulders, and hands. Now, notice, again, mold lining on these shoulder parts and a couple of the hand parts. So those will need to be cleaned up. I don't know if I just got a bum end of run copy with mine, or if this is a general trend, given how the previous kit at Mari we looked at really did not have that issue. So, no, this could just be a little bit of bias reviewing that I got a bad kit. Now, much like the other kit, we get two different bases depending on how you decide to display her, either by herself or as part of a group display. Personally, I'd say go with the group if you do get them all. Oh, let's put these back. We'll move on to included extras in the instructions. Again, much like the previous figure, it does include this back display piece for when you display her with the group. And much like all Bandai kits, you get these stickers. Not a lot to say here other than I'm not a fan of them. If you're going to straight build it, fine. If you're not doing it as a showpiece, fine. But otherwise, I'd say just paint the details. It will make things a lot better than going with those. Plus, you don't have to worry about long-term of those falling off. As far as assembly goes, there's no real issues that I'm able to see. It's pretty much shake and bake. Just clip everything out, throw it together, and you'll be good. Yeah, it's pretty much foolproof. You know, that's the one nice thing about Bandai kits is that there's no real way to goof them up too much for the most part. I mean, with the exception of some of the really complicated Gundam kits, they're pretty straightforward kits to build. So that was a look at Bandai's Figurerise bust of Dia Kurosawa from Love Live. An okay kit. It definitely has some issues. Again, could just be I got a bad kit this time. That's near the end of the mold's life. But once you do build it up past those issues, should build up to good looking bust. So until next time.